No one tells men about getting wine drunk, but it's the best kind of drunk there is. Right? Because beer will make you like yell at your friends. Wine just makes you like whisper about love languages. You'll never catch me at a party doing a cake stand anymore, but you will see me in the corner with a glass of Chardonnay being like, I'm actually words of affirmation. Just tell me I'm perfect, that's all I need, okay? Do it now. White wine is insane. White wine makes me feel like I want to divorce a husband I don't have. Anyone else have that? I realized that I've been using the word prima donna wrong in conversation. It's fun to figure out at 30 years old. Prima donna is another word for like diva. I thought it meant the time before Madonna. For years, I just thought that's how we talked about time. It was like, it makes sense. I didn't know who I was before Madonna. How could anyone? You know? Could you imagine being in a conversation with me and hearing me say that with just so much confidence? Being like, Greg, Thomas Jefferson, when was he president? And I'm like, well, he's old, so. I don't think he was before Christ, but I'm pretty sure he was a prima donna. Was that Bill Clinton? No, Bill Clinton was more recent. I don't think he was a prima donna, but he might have been a Post Malone. Might have been. I like this area, this is fun. I moved to North Carolina not that long ago, and I'll be honest with you, I moved here, and soon after, they decided to ban porn. And I didn't know that was gonna happen. I didn't even know to check for that, to be honest with you. You could just take it away. Like, I thought porn was the most democratic thing we had. I thought it was like for the people, by the people. I just woke up one day and all my friends were like, yeah man, we're all using our imagination now, okay? Get used to it. Now what happens in North Carolina, right? You go to a porn website. Doesn't matter what porn site you go to, the same lady pops up on screen. I don't know what her role is. I don't know if she's like the CEO of porn. But I see her every day, and she pops up, she goes, hey, you can't see this anymore, that's a bummer for you. But if that makes you upset, just go ahead and call your senator. And I'm looking at her like, now? Who do you think I am, Louis C.K.? I can't make a phone call right now. What am I supposed to say if my senator picks up the phone? Hey, Barbara, how's it going? What are you working on? Climate change? No, this is more important. You got a second for me to talk to you about when I'm losing this erection, Barbara? No re-election without erection, all right? Figure it out. They didn't ban it, but they made it pretty hard to get to. We don't appreciate that in the porn community at all. They passed this new law where you have to give them personal information first. And when I saw that, I got upset. That's the first time I've ever been political in my entire life. When Facebook wanted all of our data, I said nothing. But then the moment Pornhub was like, how old are you? I was like, data privacy is a human right. Fight tooth and nail for that. It's cute that you guys wore the same shoes at the comedy show. That's really, I appreciate that. Are you guys dating? I assume so, right? All right, that's cool. Where'd you guys meet? Theater camp? I don't know, you're wearing a soft cardigan shirt, I just assume. That's awesome. You guys are drinking wine, that's fun. All right. Are you guys friends with these two? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Be careful, wine turns a friendship into a throuple, so just be extra careful. Listen, I work from home, and I complain about work, and I shouldn't because I have the easiest job in the world. Most of my job is just emails and Zoom calls. But every time I complain about work, I just can feel like my dead grandfather calling me a bitch. You know? He's like, oh yeah, your work gave you Zoom fatigue, mine gave me dysentery, all right? I was covered in dirt at the end of the day, you don't even have pants on right now. I emigrated from Sicily to give you a better life, so stop being a tampon and go DoorDash pad thai with the rest of your libtard friends. That's what he says to me in my mind every day. I feel like, I don't know, do you guys ever have Zoom? Like, I feel like people have like Zoom backgrounds now, which is where like instead of, showing people your dog shit life, you just like pretend like you're on a beach in Aruba, right? I used to think that was like kind of sad that people have to like pretend to be someplace else. But then I realized I think the alternative is actually way worse. Like it's way more depressing to see your boss get super upset about Q4 sales while clearly living in a studio apartment. It's like, this is what makes you irate, Diane? Are you sure? Because you're 58 and live with a parent. So, are you a workaholic, or are you just afraid to close your laptop and go microwave a baked potato for the third night in a row? I think maybe that's it. I had to, this is fun, we just got some furniture back here, that's cool. All right, we could just gentrify a room, that's fun. This is cool. I had a physical this week, and I'm still reeling from it. I haven't seen a doctor in like 3 years, which is probably not good. And my doctor was like 24, which I don't know how that's legal. And she was like, we gotta do the everything test. And I was like, I don't know if I want that. Listen, I'll be honest with you, my dick is never smaller than when I'm at the doctor's office. I'll be honest. It's not good. It's like white walls, there's needles everywhere. The vibes are off, okay? The vibes are off. Sydney Sweeney could be my doctor, I'd still be in half-mast. It would not be good. It's a dangerous environment. My dick's like a French soldier. It retreats whenever it sees danger, okay? And they sit you, on that chair with like the construction paper on top. Right? Like you're sitting on some kid's art project or whatever. And they always are across from like just horrific images of STDs on the wall. Right? It's always like, here's a pamphlet about syphilis. Do you want to look at it in the face? No, I don't. My dick is out. I'm face to face with its kryptonite right now. If those images are the Nazis, my dick is Anne Frank and she's going back in the attic, all right? I like that one bit. I was raised Catholic. Anyone in here raised Catholic? Well, you still Catholic? No. Exactly. That's how it goes. Until they lost one of their best. They lost one of their best. Catholicism, it has a pretty bad turnover rate. It's like worse than like Defense Against the Dark Arts professors and NBA coaches. It's not good. When you're raised Catholic, no one talks to you about like sex or masturbation. They just they expect you to figure it out on your own. I went to Catholic school. They just avoided all those things. And we had to figure it out. I had a friend who came over, a friend from Catholic school one day. He was like, this is real. He was like, I don't know who to tell about this, but I've been jacking off to the thought of my science teacher. Yeah, and I'm afraid that I'm going to go to hell. And I was like, I don't know if you're going to go to hell, but they might when they find out you're homeschooled. So, that's my favorite joke I'm going to tell them. I love it. I love just seeing half you die inside when I say that. You know what the funny thing is? He's a preacher now. It's hilarious to me. Yeah. He's a preacher and I don't know if I should say this. Well, he's not here. He's a preacher and his wife cheated on him with like her yoga instructor. Yeah, so every Sunday they both ate the body of a guy named Jesus. All right. That's a fun joke. No? Don't do that. Don't do that. Young love, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm in a relationship. It's fun. I just moved in with my girlfriend, actually, which is cool. We're not married, so we are going to hell. Pretty excited about it. Women, I've learned so much about living with women. Here's one thing I've learned. Women, y'all have so much hair. It gets everywhere in the house. Dude, the shower is a war zone. I don't know. Do you guys just shed all of your hair and then grow it back immediately? My girl does this thing, I'm guessing some of you do too, where she'll take the hair that falls in the shower and then stick it to the wall of the shower. She does this. I don't know if you guys think this is helping, but it looks like a hamster hung itself on the side of the shower. And sometimes, for a reason I've never figured out, she'll twirl it in a spiral. Is that like a zodiac sign or something? I don't know what that is. I came in recently and I saw her doing this and I asked her, I was like, why do you do that? And she was like, well, I don't have a lot of time. This is an everything shower. I'm just reminding myself to get rid of it later. Get rid of it later? Can you imagine if I took a shit and then put it on the wall? Oh, you thought I was taking an everything shit. I'm gonna get rid of it later. Hey, my name's Greg Capper. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Keep it going for Greg Capper. Greg Capper, everybody. I did that one on purpose.